good. So, I saw your the paragraphs that you were thinking of. It's an interesting thing when we're working with anything. Sometimes we're working with concepts. So, how do you see the Holy Spirit?
Could I read from your book, Enjoy Life Forever, Chapter 7?
Yeah.
Lesson 7?
Mm-hmm.
Lesson 7, Section 1 says, why are we unable to see God?
Mm-hmm.
And it then says, God is a spirit, John 4:24. Jehovah does not have a physical body. He is a spirit who lives in heaven, a place that we cannot see. So I get it. The book is saying that Jehovah is a spirit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Thank you. So what I'm then trying to understand is the Holy Spirit. Is the Holy Spirit the same spirit as Jehovah? Or is Holy Spirit a different spirit, a separate spirit? Or is Holy Spirit not a spirit at all?
Very good. So, when we talk about, when we use the word spirit in the Bible, ruah, then it's, we're talking about, we can be talking about a person, which is in the case of a person that is an invisible person as a spirit, or you've got a person who has the breath of life put in them, and you have the word spirit with the spirit of life in a person. Hello?
I'm here. My question relates to: is the Holy Spirit the same spirit as the Father, Jehovah, or is the Holy Spirit a different, a separate spirit, or is the Holy Spirit not spirit at all? I've read the Bible many times. I'm, you know, I don't need to I don't need to learn my ABC. That's what really puzzled me about the book when I read it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Okay. Right. Well, because you've got the JW library,
it's not helpful. What I'm trying to find out is the Holy Spirit the same spirit as Jehovah, or are they two separate spirits? Is Jehovah one spirit and then the Holy Spirit is a different spirit, a separate spirit, a number two spirit? Or is Jehovah a spirit and the Holy Spirit is not spirit at all? What is the official position of the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society on that?
Right. Well, Jehovah is a person, so he's a spirit person. So sometimes even in English we're using words that we use in one context and we use the same word in a similar context. So the Holy Spirit is a force.
Is Holy Spirit spirit?
Is Holy Spirit spirit?
Yes.
It is.
Right. Okay, then is Holy Spirit the same spirit as Jehovah, or is Holy Spirit a different spirit to Jehovah, a separate spirit?
Right. Well, let's use an illustration. If I said, stop in the name of the law, so there's a policeman. He is the authority, right? So when he says, stop in the name of the law, then if God says, like, stop in the name of the Holy Spirit, there's the authority of the Spirit to act at this moment. It's like at a distance from the policeman, and it's at a distance from God. So God's Holy Spirit is a force. It works from him. It's under his control.
Is Holy Spirit the same spirit as Jehovah, or are they two separate spirits? I have found a reference in your encyclopedia called The Insight in the Scriptures. Volume 2, page 1019 says, God's active force, Holy Spirit. By far the majority of occurrences of Ruach and Pneuma relate to God's Spirit, his active force, his Holy Spirit. So it refers to the Holy Spirit as God's Spirit, does that mean that the Holy Spirit is the same Spirit as Jehovah, who is Spirit? Or when it says God's Spirit, that the Holy Spirit is God's Spirit, does this mean that the Holy Spirit is a separate Spirit who is somehow possessed by Jehovah, who is Spirit?
Right. So that's exactly the last one. That Jehovah has his Spirit. It's his operating force. It operates from him and in his behalf.
So what do you mean the second one? Are you saying Holy Spirit is separate to Jehovah's Spirit?
We're saying that Jehovah's Spirit is his Spirit, his operating force. It's not separate from God. It's under his authority to act in his behalf.
Then if the Holy Spirit is not separate from God, which I think I heard you say. My name's Robert, by the way. You are?
Yes.
You're yes.
I'm listening, Robert. Yeah.
Okay. My name's Robert. Hello. Hello.
I don't think you're really interested.
I'm trying to understand. I've been at this for hours. You said the Holy Spirit is not separate from God. So if the Holy Spirit is not separate from God, then the Holy Spirit must be the same. Could you let me finish? Then the Holy Spirit surely must be the same Spirit as Jehovah.
Robert, I don't think we're going to go any further. Thank you. Bye.
Why are you running away?
I don't need to run away. I don't think that this conversation is going anywhere.
Because you're not answering the question. You're giving mini sermons, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're giving sermons.
You're doing a lot more talking than I am.
Pardon?
You're doing a lot more talking than I am.
You said the Holy Spirit is not separate from Jehovah or God, so wouldn't that mean that the Holy Spirit is therefore the same Spirit as Jehovah? I'm just trying to understand. I've been at this for hours.
The Holy Spirit is God's active force that he can use at a distance to accomplish.
That's not my question.
In his behalf.
That's not my question. You said the Holy Spirit. You said the Holy Spirit is not separate from Jehovah or God. So if the Holy Spirit is not separate from God, then surely the Holy Spirit must be the same Spirit as Jehovah, because they're not separate. The Holy Spirit is the same Spirit that Jehovah is, that God is. I mean, have I got that right?
The Holy Spirit is God's active force that can work at a distance from God. It's not directly connected to him, as in wherever he goes, that force is always connected to him. It's the same as we have with electricity. Electricity, you can turn on a switch at a distance. You can do lots of things at a distance, but you're in one place. So God's in one place. From there, he can accomplish all the things with his Spirit that he wants to. It is his active force.
So if God is in one place, and I think I read that in the Insight in the Scriptures book, I forget exactly where. Volume 1, 969, it said, the true God is not omnipresent, for he is spoken of as having a location. His throne is in heaven. So you're saying that Jehovah is not omnipresent. He's only at one place at a time. Have I got that right?
You are.
Yeah. But the Holy Spirit is not in one place at one time. He can be sent out. Have I got that right? From Jehovah.
Right. So
wouldn't that mean that they are then? Wouldn't that mean that
the word he can be sent out?
All right, Holy Spirit.
So it can be sent out.
Would that mean that Holy Spirit then is separate from Jehovah? Because if Jehovah is in one place and the Holy Spirit is somewhere else, wouldn't that mean that they're separate?
Right. So a verse in the Bible that would answer that is that Jesus speaks about God's finger as being his Holy Spirit. It was in connection with curing demon-possessed people at a distance. I can't remember exactly the verse at the moment, but this would be an example. And so, in a sense, yes, at a distance, there's an accomplishment of something with God's Holy Spirit. Actually being sent out is not necessary. The Spirit will accomplish something, and it doesn't have to travel at the speed of light like an angel. So it's all dealing with concepts.
But if Jehovah is in one place, as your insight book says, and if the Holy Spirit is somewhere else, wouldn't that mean that they are separate?
No. I don't really think you're wanting to get the concept here. The concept is that God is in one place. The Holy Spirit is operating, and it can operate in an instant at a distance from God.
But if the Holy Spirit is operating at a distance from God, wouldn't that mean that they are separate?
Well, if you think about what I mentioned, explain how you understand electricity working. You turn on the switch.
I'm not interested in electricity, and I don't really see any relevance. Is the Holy Spirit... Oh, he's hung up.